Hello, Miss Flaxbart. What you just saw was some pretty amazing acting by me, my sister, and my dad. My sister playing the role of Gertrude, and my dad playing the role of Polonius. And I focus on this scene in particular mainly because of the effect that scene had later in the story. Because um I feel like this scene kind of started a whole like series of events that kind of led Hamlet and his family downhill and led everybody else in town, including Laertes and Ophelia, down with them. And I feel like this was kind of the start of all the problems where Hamlet decided that King Hamlet was a better father than King Claudius would be. And I found it interesting that Hamlet himself would turn against his mother in this sort of fashion. And, because obviously it's his mother. And I think after King Hamlet passed away, I think it was pretty significant on um, how that, how Hamlet's emotions changed so drastically just because of his father's death. And ever since King Claudius came in, I feel like he felt like he was vulnerable, and that he didn't really feel comfortable with it, and he didn't feel comfortable with his mother like doing this as well. And overall, this project was pretty fun to do. I'm not gonna lie. Like what I did was I took the exact script straight from the book, and I reworded some words to make sure that like there's no confusion in what they're going about saying. I kind of made my own interpretation of what Shakespeare was saying in the text, and I did highlight it in a Google Doc, which I will share with you. I'll share with you the script and everything, and so you don't have to go searching for that. And the central idea that I focus on was hatred throughout this entire project. And I thought that was very important to me in this play, mainly because of course, I think this play all started with hatred, especially in families, and I think that was very significant, especially in step families, because clearly there were no problems with Hamlet and Gertrude when King Hamlet was his father, his biological father. But ever since King Claudius came in, that's when like all these problems came in, and Hamlet started bashing on his mother for it, and there was all this hate swirling around, and eventually Hamlet kills Polonius in a bit of rage, and then Laertes gets mad. All this stuff happens because of like all this misinterpretation of a family, and I thought that was pretty important. So I did research on families and the problems that step families can have, because I thought that was a very significant piece in the play Hamlet, and I think that's where everything started. And this central idea is represented in this project because, as I mentioned before, this scene is very key in hatred, especially within families, because, as I said, this is where everything starts to happen, and this is when Hamlet starts bashing his mother, and then all this stuff happens. He kills Polonius, and then all this stuff happens, and it's just crazy. Like it just leads to so much stuff and depression and all that. So I thought this and I thought Acts 3 Scene 4 was very significant in this term. And the presentation itself, clearly we did change the time period. We had a living room, and I used my TV remote as a knife. Cause I don't know, that'd kind of weird if I used a real knife, and yeah, I thought it was pretty fun to make either way. Um, and with the characters, I thought that it would be better if Gertrude was like a little more like kind of upset, not so much like depressed and like, oh, I'm down, but I thought it would be better for Gertrude to be more of an assertive role than to have her as this role that, not that she wouldn't see herself as like like a strong mother that would like yell at her son. Like, I thought that was more important because I thought that was more of what like a family was represented as. So yeah, thank you so much for watching these amazing 12 minutes, and thank you for your time, and have a great summer, Miss Waxworth. Thank you.